Hello, my name is Ryan Bradford, and this is my TED Talk about building relationships between instructors and students in higher education. I am going to go by some points and explain what I feel about those points. Explain the importance of building trusting relationships between instructors and students in higher education. It is important to build a trusting relationship with your students as an instructor from day one. It is essential for them to know that you are there for them, even though you are teaching online. Making sure that students know you are there for them as an instructor, you can let students know about your office hours by giving them email information, and if you're comfortable enough, you can give them your office telephone to reach out to you. It is important to build relationships with students because it helps not only the students they have they have someone that is there for them, and making sure that you as an instructor have a positive interaction with your students because it helps to understand not only understand what your students are as far as the class, but also if they're not do not have the understanding of what is going on with the class, that you'll be able to guide them in a more efficient way. But also, reading an article called "In Building Positive Relationships with Students: What Brain Science States," author Trina Trina Kaufman stated that this creates a cycle. You provide positive feedback. The student's brain releases dopamine. The student feels good and is motivated to feel that way again. With increased motivation, students spend more time and attention on working on their skill. That means they'll put more effort and building into the class. They'll put more effort into their assignments and become productive students, not only in your class, but overall their class in general. And the author suggested that for one negative interaction with your student, give 5. Okay, so the next question is describe best practices in building relationships and rapport with learners in your classes. So far, what I've learned in not only being a student online, but as I'm learning about being a teacher and taking that into into becoming a teacher and becoming a an instructor and a professor, that is the life's goal, is to not only just make yourself available. Also, first things first is giving them your information, but also making sure that you're involved in every intricate of the class. Why, even though you're online, it's making sure that you're a part of the weekly discussions, making sure that you ask questions to your students and also give great feedback. Also, if you can, I've seen a lot of professors give responses to the students, and that helps as well. Um, Also, discuss how you will learn their needs and interests of adult learners. I believe that when you learn the interest and the needs is also through the introduction of the class when you do icebreakers. And um, each professor asks, what are your life's goals? What do you want to do with this class? And how is this going to help you in the future? And I think this is how we're able to understand, where you read these papers about their future goals, their dreams, and where they currently are, and how you are going to be the person that helps them, guide them along to that goal of what they need to get out of the class. Because my goal as a instructor, as a professor, is to make sure that they're guided along. I'm going to be a little bit over, but overall is just making or finding relationships, and especially with people that are different from you, is just understanding your student, understanding where they are and what they want to do and what they want to accomplish, and getting them to the final finish. And that takes a lot of love, that takes a lot of patience, and not necessarily love of what you want to do. And it has to, well, if you're a teacher, you have to love it, but also loving to learn and loving to pass information, because that's what a job of a teacher is. Loving to learn and passing the information, what they learn on. And that's the goal, is that I want to pass the information along to students that will help in the future.